We're gonna do this one first. I think only a handful of you tried this one, and that's okay. I'm happy to see how many people are trying the new one. So I marked this already. Okay. Oh, what I didn't mark was my
Apex?
nothing. It's okay. It's okay, guys. Professor Crystal made a boo-boo. So make sure everything's marked, right? And make sure everything's marked and beautiful. Before you pull out your muscle. Oh, yay! Okay, so before I do this one, it's okay. Before I do this one, and then we go here.
Do you want to take over? I'm not the best at this.
You want to sit?
It's okay.
And then we mark it. So yes, before you pull it, pull your muscle out, mark it. Sorry. May I get the ruler, please, Wesley? Somebody? Okay. Yeah, mark the darts, mark the darts. This one's marked. I just forgot that I didn't mark this one. So you go here. Remember, you square a 1/4 of an inch of your neckline. And then you just mark it. Use your French curve. Anytime you do darts, you always close it correctly, facing to the back. Right, guys?
Yeah.
And then we just mark the shoulder here. And then we're gonna cut it. So darts don't change that much in the steps, in anything. Especially, may I get better scissors, please?
She needs better scissors.
Oh, no.
Thank you so much. I like these. Alright, so you can see where my middle is. You can see where my apex is. So we find the middle of the dart, and we find the middle of the dart and with the apex, and we just cross that line. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Rule of thumb, anything that goes to the bust is 1 inch from the bust, usually. Unless you're doing something else, you can do it, but usually, since our dart is really long in this time, this is a very basic dart, we can do 1 inch from the apex. Okay? That's how we draped it. Other times, that's not the case. That might not necessarily. Alright, so now we're gonna just do the armhole. After we do that,
It's all like essentially the same.
that's same. So then after that, I think a lot of you have gotten used to. It's very repetitive. I think a lot of you has gotten used to now on what I'm talking about and like what steps. The steps just repeat themselves. 1 inch. You just have to get used to pivoting axis. And you will. Because next semester you have a whole collection to do. So now we go in here and we close the dart first, same thing. And it's facing the back. And then what I'm gonna do is same thing before, 1/4 of an inch through in it. 1/4 of an inch before, and then from that line, I'm just gonna true it, okay? Hold on, may I get a hip curve, please? Thank you. Thank you. So you're just gonna do that. Because I am faking it a little bit. This is like this. There you go. There you like it. A little mustard. There you go. And then we're just gonna cut it.
I know.
And we're just gonna cut it, and then, sorry, we're gonna cut it, remember, with your dart close, okay? Might have to re-drill the line because I don't think I closed the dart correctly. But remember, just close. Yeah, I didn't do it correctly. My bad. Yeah, no, but it's correct. Never mind. Is it correct? Yeah, I made a mistake. Okay. There you go. Sorry, it's a little messy today just because I was rushing to just drape it, so I forgot to mark it correctly, but it's okay, just for our demo's sake, it's fine. And then we do this, we cut it,
Bless
Bless
you.
you.
Thank you.
We cut it. Now, same thing with this start. This start is gonna be in the middle. We're gonna find the middle and we're gonna put it through the apex. That's why I keep saying, mark your apex, mark your apex. Then we're just gonna do 1 inch from the apex. And this start's just gonna be from the apex.
Oh, it's from the apex.
1 inch from the apex, yeah. So it's not going across the apex, it's going 1 inch from the apex. So anything to do with apex.
Can you reduce the size of the dart? If you want.
Yes, you can, but then, so this is the idea. Once you reduce the size of the dart, you can, but you also have to pivot the axis somewhere else.
What if the person has a bigger bust?
Oh, that's what happens. Yeah. Usually you have to pivot somewhere else. That's also why on some of you ladies, I did mention maybe Princess C might be better because it will look really bulky, or depending on the fabric, a lot of people use maybe some stretch, you can get away with it, and that's when you stretch out the fabric for it too. And that's more on like next year on, I will teach you how to do draping knits, which is a very different technique. You have to stretch the fabric, but you have to know how much you're stretching, and that's when it gets tricky. But you'll figure it out how to do very easy dresses. That's why I think you guys notice it's easier to find a t-shirt and a dress than a button down, that kind of thing. Just makes it easier to fit. Usually, not all the time. Okay. Let's see if this came out okay, at least for presentation. So you can see it has shape when I put it.
Yeah.
She has shape. And we're gonna put it here. And she has shape. Oh yeah, I did it pretty okay. Yay. Okay, so you see that? Oh, I didn't cut this.
So it's almost like Princess Seam, just
Kinda, but it's all, no, these are just darts on the princess seam basically.
got it.
Okay, you see that? 1 inch from the apex. Perfect. This one is next. Just remind me that I did not, reminder, I was bad. I forgot to put the thing, the shoulder. Oh, did I not? I didn't. I marked it. Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
The-
Yes, I did. Okay, that's what I thought. I marked this. So now, remember that I don't have a shoulder. I will tape it. Make sure there's always square lines the first quarter, which it is. This is the tricky part, guys. I have my dart. It's right here. You see that it's making like a square thing. Whatever you do, make sure that your dart is facing down. So meaning, I'm gonna take my dart, I'm gonna close it, and it's gonna face, all my X is gonna face down. If it faces up, it changes your sizing a lot, okay? I think everyone noticed that when they were doing bust darts too. Okay, first things first, I know exactly where my waist is. I know where my size, my underarm is. I'm just gonna make a straight line. 1 inch. And you notice that some of my X is going to the waist. That's normal. Some other people some patterns that you might have, you might just have this as a seam, meaning it's like a dart shape, but it's a seam. You have to seam it together, and that's okay too. Okay. Just because sometimes it just might be too bulky, so we're gonna just do the armhole next. Wait. The armhole next, and that's that, and then we do half an inch to the neckline, half an inch to the armhole. Sorry, camera. Then we're gonna cut it. Okay. And we're gonna cut it, and then quarter. Then we do a quarter on the front. So anyone, a quarter in the front, and then we're gonna just blend it into the side seam. Okay, now we're gonna cut it. We're gonna cut everything together. I'll be taping my shoulder later if you guys wanna see. Because I'm gonna have to put the front and the back together, right? So I do need to tape it. So we'll be taping in a bit.
I'll get back to you.
Yeah. It's just, I forgot to do it right now. Let's cut everything together. So the same principle of the dart. If it's going through the apex, it should be 1 inch from the apex. So that's what I'm gonna do. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna open it, find the middle, and connect it through the apex. And then go 1 inch from there, and now redraw it.
The front line.
Mm-hmm. All of it. So your dart should have a center line and side lines all the time. That's how it shows to everybody that's a dart. If not, like, this is not a pleat, this is a dart. Okay, so then we go here, and remember, as a reminder, you only use the lines from your dart to pin it. You're not pinning anything more. You're basically sewing with your pins. Your dart should go to nothing. Same thing like in your drape, it should go to nothing.
Professor,
Yes.
when you're drawing the dart, where does the dart start from? Where's the apex of the dart? Is it 1 inch from the apex?
Yeah, 1 inch, no. And I'm gonna bring this up so you guys can see. Now the back, guys, is gonna be simple. I'm just gonna most likely just make you do 1 dart. You guys decide what you wanna do. You can do 2 darts, 1 dart, whatever you guys
So
want.
the easier one is this one.
I think so, it
Or
depends.
was it that one?
I don't even think.
Both?
Yeah, probably the easier one was that.
They seem both pretty chill.
Yeah, you see that? She has shape too.
She has a bust.
Yeah, she does have a bust now. Okay, so now you see how much it looks better. Yeah. So remember, for this drape, when you start drawing it, that seam allowance needs to face down. Do not pin it facing up, or you will have to redo it. Yeah.
Her waist looks like it's diagonal.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. That's just
Oh,
me.
it's because the old shoulder.
Yeah. There you go. There she is. I just need to make sure to put a little more fabric, and that should be done. Okay. Thank you, guys.